bait right there. Nothing like doing a job twice just so you can get it right the second time. So I was told that with these cast heads like this, the only way you're going to get them to seal is use a cork gasket. Now me thinking about that, I was like, what's better than just a cork gasket? Silicone. So now we doubled it up with a cork gasket and silicone on both sides. So these things better not leak. Now I'm going to let this set. Now I tightened the other side up because that's set for like a couple hours. Then tightened it up. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I didn't cinch it down tight yet. I'm going to let that silicone harden a little bit. Then we're going to cinch it down, which is going to help it seal a lot better. So, yeah, we should be good there. We got a lot of work to do, boys. This thing needs to get pushed outside so I can power wash it. But before then, it needs to get stripped down. So this is going to be a job and a half. In all honesty, I would love to strip like all the wires and everything off, and we might get most of it off, but not all of it, because I'm not popping out the seals that hold in the cables and stuff like that, because I don't know that they'll go back in or they'll fall apart when they come out. So like wires to the heater box, the wire harness right here that I don't even, besides one wire going to the ignition, there's a bunch of plugs there that I'm sure were for the original engine that we don't use anymore. I need to clean that all up. And then over here, there's the harness that goes to the back of the truck, and there's the throttle cable, and I already have the main harness off, so I ought to be able to move a bunch of these wires out of the way. I'm going to have to cut some zip ties and stuff, but I did label everything that gets used. So this, well, besides that ignition, I know that ignition cable right there. I didn't label that one, but I know what it is. And also, all of this needs to come off. So I'm going to have to clean all this up. When I get back to you guys, we'll be tearing all of this apart. Now I gotta figure out where to put all this stuff to get it out of the way so I can pull this thing out into the rain, because it's raining right now. But before that, I want to clean up this wiring and stuff, and that's going to be boring. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Clean up all this wiring, and then I will get back to you. I wish I had bigger loom, and I do not, because I would like to put some loom on some of this stuff, but we'll deal with what we got. I got black tape, I got loom and stuff. So I'm going to clean up everything here, and then you can see the shot when I'm done. Much cleaner. I cut off a bunch of connectors that were not needed, didn't go to anything, and covered everything up, taped it. Only thing is, I felt like this plug went to something, and I could not remember, and it looks clean on the inside of the connector, but I cannot figure out for the life of me what it goes to. So I did not cut it off. I just taped it to the harness for now, in case it does go to something. Even if it doesn't, it's going to be back behind the engine. You're not going to see it. So you can see all the stuff I cleaned up there on the ground. I do have a hole in the firewall right there to plug, and right there, I believe. And I have little rubber plugs to go in those. And I think that's it. And then we can take this thing outside and start to power wash it. I do need to zip tie this up and away from everything. Also need to replace these two rubber fuel lines. One's hard and one is very soft and cracked. So I need to get those. One's 1/4 inch fuel line, the other one looks like a 3/8. Make sure I get those on the list of things to get. I can get those at the hardware store, so it's not really a big deal. Also cleaned up a little bit of the wiring on there that needed to be cleaned up. So only thing I didn't put loom the whole way out to these, because as you go to the starter, it gets really hot down there. The only one I am worried about is the one to the temp sensor. This one right here goes to the temp sensor, and it runs right by the headers, so I don't know if that loom's going to make it or not. But well, I guess we'll see in time.
This is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. Feet, this is a shakedown.
For the most part, that looks pretty good. There's still some grime on the idler arm here, and I mean, I really blasted that, and that's that's what's left. I was using a 0-degree nozzle on that to blast it, and it still wouldn't come off. But for the most part, that whole cross member right there, if you remember, it was black. Now it's bare metal. I got to get these motor mounts off because I got brand new ones to put in there, but they have nuts on them. You almost have to take the whole bracket off. It might make it a little easier to get the whole bracket off. I don't know. But I'm going to try to get those off here tomorrow, not today. And another thing is I have to take a CV axle off the back of the parts car because the black Cadillac that I sold has a vibration in the back right, and we think it's a CV axle. So that part's the same, so I got to get that off tomorrow. This cross member turned out pretty good. Yeah, and if you notice, I got a new power washer. It's a cheap, well, it's not cheap. It was $100, which is cheap for a power washer, off of Amazon. It had a hose reel, and I thought that would be nice for, you know, wrapping the hose up when you're done. But you got to disconnect the whole hose to wrap it up, so it's kind of a pain in the butt. But you know, it's compact. It has wheels on it, and I've had that Ryobi water sweeper thing, and you can face it up to spray the underside of your vehicle. That's pretty neat. The first time I actually used it, so it was good for spraying up underneath this. And then I lost a bunch of power steering fluid, and I'm glad I had it across this front cross member instead of the back one, because that would have been fun trying to clean that out. This one's not that bad. It spewed out of the lid, so after you already cleaned it. We can scuff this whole firewall and get it painted, and that's was my goal there. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have to mask at the window. I don't know if I'm gonna take that plastic tray off because it's already been painted several times, and it's blue, so I'd like to take the blue off of it. So I did power wash that too. The paint will stick to it, and it'll be underneath that grate, but yeah, it is, hopefully. And I ought to paint the booster too while I'm at it. But that's it for today. We'll come back tomorrow and see what I get into. Alright, morning activities. Back together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move that thing now, but we'll figure it out. They're supposed to have a limited slip differential, so it should, in a sense, still have enough power to drive itself into the garage with one axle in. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully this fixes that guy's thumping problem. On to this. It's sat for a day. The frame still has water sitting in areas, so I thought about doing the POR 15 first. I think we're not going to do that first now. That, and then the power steering pump, you know, pushed out power steering fluid all over the place, so there's some areas that need to be readdressed. So instead, we're going to go to the firewall now. So I got aluminum foil. I'm going to wrap up everything that I don't want painted, and then we'll continue on. Oh, you didn't know we was doing the full rebuild, huh? I got the mask in this and everything, and then I was like, I'm never gonna get this prepped and ready in this video to paint this firewall. So I was like, executive decision, moved right into painting the airbox and the booster so that they look a little bit better. Plus, we got to scuff the surrounding area and everything, so getting black paint on there now is not going to hurt anything. The firewall is going to be black. It's just going to be metallic black where this stuff's... I was like, well, let's just go ahead and paint them with spray paint. I'm going to do the same thing with the front clip, because I don't want to waste POR 15 on that, because that stuff is very expensive, and I only have a quart and a pint to do the frame and the suspension and all this stuff. This is still a budget rebuild at the end of the day. I'm not putting every penny into this thing. It's not going to be a frame off restoration, so like we're not getting the frame dipped and stuff like that. There's still going to be crud and stuff on there that I can't get off. It is what it is. We're going to POR 15 it. It's going to last a lot longer now that I'm redoing this than if I didn't, but it's not going to be a full-on frame-off restoration. It's going to be as close as you can get without pulling the cab off, stripping everything down completely, and going that route. So now I moved the power steering pump, and I realized that I just spilt more fluid down over the frame rail. This is going to be great. It ran down over the edge of the frame rail there. I can see it down there on the sway bar. Great. Those are going to get the brake clean special. Okay, we're just going to have to douse it. But I'm not finished masking this thing yet, so I'm going to go ahead and continue on masking this and getting it ready, and then we'll end the video once I get it all prepped and ready for paint. So the next video you'll get to see that. Listen, I know we didn't get that much done in this video, and that's okay. That's fine. So in the next video, I'm going to jack this thing up. We're going to get the wheels off. That'll give me more room for painting and everything. Scuff everything and wipe everything down, and then get it all painted. This stuff takes time, and that just, it eats into my time for videoing, because I only do this on the weekends, if you didn't know that, because I work all week long. Sometimes I'll dabble in it during the week after work, but for the most part, I don't have a lot of time till I travel to work and stuff. I'm putting in pretty much 12-hour days, so yeah. We'll get her done someday. This thing was it was legal when I bought it. The inspection was in date. The inspection date was 6 of 2021. So that's what's motivating me right now to continue with this, because it needs to be done. And I have let it go way too long. So if you like this video, smash that like button, consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if your mom wants me to cover her in tinfoil and spray all over her. And we'll see you on the next episode. Alright. Somebody
That's Sully's pen. What are you doing in there? You feel safe in there?
And shedding of the hair like severe and like really bad PCOS, and I'm like, I hope I don't feel like I have symptoms.
Food, water, animals. So, you know, kissing animals, like on their, you know, letting them lick your mouth or kissing them. You know, this one right here. But yeah, so that's why you're
What are you... Oh, what happened? Did I startle you? I did. I'm sorry.